Hi, I'm Alex Bellis with IHS Automotive, and today we're here with a 2013 Honda Accord Touring Edition. Now this car comes fully loaded with all the bells and whistles for just under $35,000. Now inside we've got a dual display infotainment system with a hard drive based navigation system and a 360 watt 7-speaker audio system. Now for 2013 we really like the new Honda Accord styling. It's a lot more European and we really like these sporty LED headlights. Let's take a look inside and see how these technologies come together. Now inside the 2013 Accord, you'll see that we've got this dual display screen here. And this was incorporated to eliminate the need for a larger single pane touchscreen like you see in the Tesla Model S. And it's a lot cheaper to incorporate two screens. And in this case, the lower one is a touchscreen. The upper one is an 8-inch display that shows all the navigation features. And then on top of that, they also have this rotary controller to navigate through the different menus. However, we found that the navigation using the rotary controller was a little sluggish with about a half-second delay. Now, in addition to the rotary controller and the touchscreen, there's also voice recognition. However, Honda incorporated a voice rec system that is not conversational, so it requires a lot of steps, and you have to press the voice recognition button every time you want to make a request. And we found this to be really sluggish, and it took longer than expected, but it does pretty much error-proof the system. Now, we complained a little bit about the voice recognition system in this new Accord, and I'm going to take you through a quick demo and show you why we didn't like it. So I'll go ahead and press the voice rec button here. Address. City. Eden Prairie. Bren. One. Seven, 3, 5, 8. Set as destination.
Proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
So for every one of those inputs, I had to press the voice rec button on the steering wheel. And it just takes a while to do, and it'd be easier if it was conversational where I could just say, navigate to 7358 Bren Lane, Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and in one shot it would have it programmed in. But the system does work, and it is pretty error-proof in the sense that if you screw up, it's really easy to just start over, and you don't have to start the whole command over. You can start from where you left off. Now in this Accord, we also get a hard drive-based navigation system, which also features a jukebox function. However, we found that we couldn't rip songs from USBs or thumb drives or anything like that, and we could only rip tracks from a CD. But once they're on there, you can play them anytime, and you don't really need CDs a whole lot. So with HondaLink, we also have Pandora and AHA Radio. Now AHA Radio features 30,000 different content streams from Slacker and Stitcher Radio, as well as Twitter and Facebook feeds. Now all of that is heard through the 7-speaker 360 watt stereo system. However, we found that the sound quality was a little flat compared to some of its rivals. But in the scheme of things, it's about a mid-pack system. Now what you're looking at here is Honda's take on blind spot monitor. Now instead of having a little icon that pops up on the dash or in the rearview mirror, they've gone ahead and put a camera in the right side rearview mirror that shows exactly what's coming up behind you and off to the side a little bit. Now this is great when you're merging on the highway. You can see other cars coming up behind you, and it gives you this step system of lines so you know how close that other vehicle is when you're trying to merge over. Now while this system works well, we had a couple of issues where at night, headlights would be shining directly into the camera, and it could make it very hard to determine where that vehicle was in relationship to your back bumper. Now at the front of this Honda Accord, you'll notice there's a lot of different safety features. For instance, this radar sensor right here is used with the adaptive cruise control. And what that does is that as you're driving along, you can set your distance to the car in front of you instead of your speed. and it'll just keep you going with the flow of traffic. It'll slow you down, it'll speed you up, which is great. On top of that, it also works with the forward collision warning system, which will notify you at speeds above 10 miles an hour if you're coming up onto a traffic jam or a stoplight and you're not really paying attention. It'll flash a warning on the dash and on the heads-up display, as well as an audible tone that goes along with it, to alert you that there's stop traffic in front of you and you need to get on the brakes right now. There's a camera mounted up at the top of the rearview mirror inside the car that looks out and scans the road ahead of you and watches the lanes. And now this will keep you in line in the sense that if you start to veer out of your lane, it'll warn you so you can pull safely back in your lane without going off-road or veering into someone else's lane and cutting someone off. And then on top of all of that, we've got these beautiful LED headlights. And what this does, it takes a very small, low-energy beam of light and projects it through this lens to make a very clear and bright light pattern on the road ahead of you. So at just under $35,000, the new 2013 Honda Accord Touring Edition comes with a lot of standard features that really set it apart from its mid-size sedan rivals like the Ford Fusion, Toyota Camry, Nissan Altima, and more. And what we really liked is that Honda incorporated a lot of new safety features that we haven't seen on other Honda vehicles in the past, such as lane watch, adaptive cruise control, and the lane departure warning. And all of this is integrated really well with the dual display infotainment system. Now for $22,800, it's worth noting that the base Honda Accord LX does come with an 8-inch display that also incorporates Pandora radio, as well as the SMS text messaging and voice recognition. Now, when we tried this system earlier, we really liked it and thought it offered a great value in the entry-level mid-size sedan segment. For this and other automotive reviews, check out ihs.com/automotive.